Hi, I hope all is well with you. This week, we are learning the tragic episode of Korach and his followers who rebelled against the authority of Moshe Rabbeinu. Rashi points out that although Korach had followers from throughout Bnei Israel, most of his followers were from Shevet Ruvain. And the question is why? Rashi teaches us a fundamental but most important lesson, where he says, Oy l'Rasha, oy l'shcheno. Woe is to the Rasha, and woe is to his neighbor. Shevet Ruvain camped next to the Shevet of Korach. And because of that, they were influenced by Korach. It's a fundamental principle that we have. And Klal Yisrael talks about it very, very seriously by telling us that hashpa'as hasviva, we are influenced by our surroundings. We are influenced by our friends. We are influenced by the individuals that we come in contact with. And although there are individuals who deny it and they say, no, I am strong, I'm not influenced, I'm the influencer. Unfortunately, that's not the case. We're all familiar with the story of On ben Peles, one of the followers of Korach, whose wife convinced him that he was making a terrible mistake. And he agreed with her. But he told her, I gave my word. They're my friends. I can't turn back now. Think about it. On ben Peles realized his mistake, realized that the odds are if he follows Korach, he's going to lose his life. But he couldn't handle the peer pressure. He couldn't deal with having to look his friends or ex-friends in the eye and say, I don't agree. I'm not going to follow you. That's hashpa'as hasviva. That's the influence that we have. And it manifests itself in so many different areas, in so many things that we do and where we come in contact with people, where we live, where we daven, where we go to school, whoever we associate with, they're having an influence on us. But there is the positive side, as Rashi points out. Oy latzadik, oy l'shcheno. I don't think it's oy, actually, but just as a Rasha will influence his neighbor, the tzaddik will also influence his neighbor. If you can find your friend who's a tzaddik, if you can find your friend who will help you move in a positive direction, you will be moved in a positive direction. To some extent, even by osmosis. The neighborhoods we live in, the shuls we daven in, who we associate with, it has an effect on us, even if it's not conscious. It's very interesting to note that in Masechet Makos, the Gemara discusses the Arei Miklat. There were 6 Arei Miklat, 6 cities of refuge, where an individual who accidentally killed someone would escape so that the avengers would not be able to kill him. There were 3 in Eretz Yisrael and 3 on the Ever HaYarden, across the Jordan. It's interesting to note there were 9.5 Shvatim living in Eretz Yisrael, 2.5 Shvatim living Ever HaYarden. 3 Arei Miklot for 9.5 Shvatim, and 3 Arei Miklot for just 2.5 Shvatim? Why did 2.5 Shvatim need the same number of Arei Miklot as the 9.5 Shvatim in Eretz Yisrael? And the Gemara says because there were more murders on the other side of the Jordan. But the question is, an intentional murderer doesn't go to the Ori Miklat. So the fact that there were more murders, what does it have to do with those individuals who accidentally killed someone? And the Maharal answers that because there were so many murders, Ever Hayarden, people who lived there lost their sensitivity. They lost the appreciation of human life. And therefore they did things carelessly so that they accidentally killed people. But all because of the influence of the society that they were living in. And it's something that we have to take to heart. And it's a difficult challenge because I might have friends who are moving in one direction where I would like to be moving in a different direction. And I may have friends that I've had for many years. This is the challenge that we have. No one can tell another individual what to do. We have to make our own cheshbon hanefesh, but we have to be intellectually honest to realize that we're being influenced. Hopefully we have friends who are influencing us positively and not the other way around. So we have to take the lesson of Korach, a tragic, tragic lesson, and the lesson of On ben Peles, who, if it wasn't for his wife, would have lost his life. And the Ori Miklat, that 3 were needed for just 2.5 Shvatim, whereas 3 were enough for the 9.5 Shvatim in Eretz Yisrael. And if we are honest with ourselves, and we're able to make sometimes difficult decisions, we'll be able to continue to move in a positive direction and not be held back or not chas v'shalom moved in a different direction. Until next time, have a great day and a Shabbat Shalom.